Let me just close my window. Guys, I went to uni in 2019 for the first time. I went to Worcestershire. You know, I was doing physiotherapy there, and it was an area which I was unfamiliar with. You know, when I went there to live, so I was living out. Um, it was a completely different area from what I was used to. You know, I grew up in around Birmingham type of area, and I went to Worcester to study. People there were like older people were living there. You know, at uni they were like really posh kids. You know, white kids, and I wasn't used to used to that environment. Usually, you know, surrounded by brown people, Asian students and stuff in school and stuff. Um, so it was a really difficult period for me. Like I struggled to make friends at uni when I first went to Worcestershire, because the whole surrounding the circumstances were like new to me, man. People there from everywhere, or all around the world, all around the country, but I just couldn't like make friends. And it was one of the toughest period of my life because I was living out for the first time, and I just found it really tough to just settle in. But you know, I convinced my parents, you know, I want to stay out, and I did. And I was living with like random students, you know, in an accommodation in a house, and you know, and then COVID happened in 2020 March, and everyone went back home. And after that, I never went back to Worcester. The uni I dropped out. I couldn't. I made actually a couple of great friends there, but it wasn't enough for me because I wasn't enjoying my course. I was doing a course like physiotherapy. It was really hard, and I just didn't like living there. After that, I went to September 2020. I went to University of Birmingham. So I just went there because it was close to me, and I wanted to commute, wanted to stay home, and you know, I knew that people they're going to be more culturally diverse. You know, at uni, the main thing is one of the easiest way to make friends is join societies. For me, like I joined cricket society. I'm passionate about that. I'm good at that. It's my favorite sport. So I joined cricket society, and I met a lot of people that are like-minded, you know, and I made good friends there. Not everyone is gonna become your like, you know, bestie, but you're gonna be able to talk to them about certain stuff. You're gonna be able to easily get along with them because you share a common interest. And in Worcester, actually, what happened was there was no Asian community like society for like Indian people. So what I did, I actually started my own society. So if you feel like you have a passion, if you have a interest, and there's no society at your uni, you can literally actually start your own society, you know, and then you can go up to people and actually invite people to come to your society if they have a similar interest. So that's another way to make great friends. So join societies that you're passionate about, that's your interest. Maybe yours is writing, painting. Like if you're an introvert, there's societies for introverts as well. I was part of one at University of Birmingham. There was a society for introverts, so everyone who was an introvert would get along and then start just talking to one another, you know. I went a few of the events for there, and it was good, man. I met some really interesting people. So first, if you're going to uni, just join a society that you're passionate about, whatever it is. I'm sure there's a society for it. If there's not, start your own. It's not hard. You know, when you're attending lectures, actually, when I was at University of Birmingham, I just finished uni like last month, so I'm just sharing my experience. So yeah, when you're going to lectures, before you go in your lecture, you know, there's going to be a bunch of people, 100, 200 people waiting outside the lecture room. What you can do is basically go up to someone you don't know, just talk to them about the lecture or about the course, because obviously you're going to be doing the same course. So just go up to them, have a little bit of confidence, just have a big smile on your face, just ask them hello, introduce yourself, and ask them, oh, how come you're doing this course? What are you looking forward to in the lecture and stuff? Just get to know someone, man. Just ask them for their just ask them about their experience, where they're from, their name. And I realized like lectures are a very lonely place because a lot of people don't even speak, man. They're on their phone, they've got their headphones in, nobody wants to speak, very rarely anyone speak to anyone. So it's just have that bit of courage just to go up to someone, and I'm sure they'll speak back to you, man. They'll contribute, they will respond back to you, man. You just need to take the first step of breaking the ice between the two of you, man. And you know, during the lecture, if it's 2 hour lecture, you usually have like 10-minute break. You know, people go to toilet or eat, or they just move around. What I used to do is I just would go around and just I introduce myself to someone. I say, hey, I'm Manny. How are you finding the lecture? You know, so what did you learn, man? How did you find the professor? And they would like start talking to you, man. They would like say, yeah, it's been boring, it's been this and that. Bro, trust me, and this is an easy way to make friends, man. Just go up to people during the break, during the lecture, and just introduce yourself and ask about the lecture and stuff. Ask where they're from, and a lot of people are from different places in the country, you know, or even abroad. So, and then, you know, once the lecture's done, just when you're going out, you know, people are going to be walking back to their accommodation or whatever. You can just go up to someone and just say, hey, how was the lecture? Did you like it? What did you learn? Or okay, well, you got a WhatsApp, you got Instagram. Let's stay connected. Just that, bro. And I'm telling you, 99% of people would be open to that. You think, oh no, that won't work, or it's gonna be awkward. Trust me, that person there is probably thinking to do the same, but they just don't have that courage just to speak. So if you can have that little bit of courage just to say hi to someone, trust me, you're gonna have so many friends at uni, man. I know how it feels, you know. It can be a lonely place at uni, man. I was lonely because the whole environment was different to me, man. I wasn't used to it. But I did make a couple of great friends because I was part of the cricket society there. And then that was 3-4 years ago, and I'm still in contact with them, you know. 2 of my best friends, I consider them as my best friend because I don't see them that often, because one lives in Norway and the other one is in Birmingham, so it's not that far, but we don't see each other that often, like a couple of times a year. But that's enough, man. Like, if I have any problem, I could just literally call them up and ask for their help. So that's easy. Just you need to just have that little bit of courage and go up to someone and speak to them. And you know, another thing is, you know, seminars. You know, when you have that small group interaction, when you just with the tutor and you're in your little group, and you have to contribute and stuff. Mate, make sure you go to those ones, man, because if you're in a small group, you're more likely to contribute to your studies. So when you have seminars, go to them, attend them, and contribute, man. Ask question, answer. And what you're gonna be doing is sitting in a small table with 2 or 3 other students. So that's an easy way to have a deep connection with someone. You know, when you're in a lecture, there's a bunch of people, so it's really hard to get into a deeper conversation. But if you're in a small group, it's more likely, man, because there's not much distraction around you. You know, you can, because seminars, the purpose of a seminar is you talk to people around you, you know, people sitting next to you. So you are going to be talking anyway, so you might as well just talk to someone on a deeper level when you're sitting next to someone who you don't know. Again, that's an easy way to get to know someone, you know, and make a friend. So for now, I think that was my main takeaway from uni on how to make friends and just build some connection. Join societies that you're passionate about. Not just one, join at least 2-3 different ones. One could be sport, one could be like, I don't know, politics, or the other one could be painting. Whatever you're interested, join at least 2-3, even more if you want to, societies. That's where you're gonna make most of your friends, because you're gonna meet like-minded people. And the second is, when you go to lectures, before you go in the lecture, just go up to someone you don't know, introduce yourself, and during the lecture you're gonna have a 10-minute break usually, and then you just can go up to someone again, ask them about how they're finding the lecture, where they're from and stuff. And after the lecture, once you're done, just go up to someone and just ask them how was the lecture again, you know. And if you have seminars, contribute, go to seminars. I never used to go, you know, but I don't regret it. But if you're trying to make friends, go to seminars, because those seminars you have to interact, so it's the easy way, because people are going to be talking, so it's easy for you to talk to someone that you're sitting next to, or have a similar interest with someone else. But yeah, those are three easy ways to make friends at uni, man. Hope that helps.